Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
The Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
92.1 City, Winnipeg's rock station. Good morning. It's Wednesday with Philly Joe and Vicky, 6:09.
Would you rather Wednesday actually happens every day now? Would take the money and run, because it's a question you have to answer. Would you rather have $100 or would you rather put it in the growing jackpot and get your entry in there?
No wrong answer.
Right. We're going to play it 3 times this morning. Phil asked some tough questions at about 7:20, and you got easier questions coming at 6:30-ish and 8:30-ish this morning. So the jackpot right now, $4,200.
And what happened yesterday, someone took the cash for sure. I remember that.
With us, and then it grew twice with BDK, Big Daddy Kane.
So we went 1 in the draw, 1 take the cash.
Yeah, one for one.
Okay, and BDK both went in the draw.
Yeah.
Okay, so that comes up. You're going to hear, we should explain it every now and then because, you just never know if people are listening for the first time. I was told that by one of those radio consultants way back when. Those are always fun days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long, drawn-out day where you get told basically that you've done it all wrong your entire career, all in one day. It's good that they package it up over a 6-hour window where you figured somewhere you figured out some of it, but no.
Imagine having that at your job. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Do other companies must have consultants or whatever you want to call them roll in and review how they do things? Of course.
Sure.
But it's not fun. Like, who enjoys that? Have you ever talked to anybody who goes, oh, what a day today? We had some people from head office or some consultants roll in, and they reviewed how we do everything. Awesome. So much fun.
There's always one kiss ass who's like, I really love just learning.
Oh,
yeah,
I
really
know.
took a lot away. Like, at the end of the whole thing, they're like, I really thank you so much for this.
Yes, I know it's different consulting in other businesses because a lot of those people have come and left the industry they're in.
Yeah.
But in our business, a lot of these people have had no success on the radio business, but they have enough success to tell you what you did wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
And
Anyways, let's reiterate this contest.
yes.
As per the consultant.
You're going to hear, we jump on the air, and just before 6:30, we're going to give you a code word. And you're going to text that to 762-555 with your name, right, Vicky?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we throw it all in the randomizer, and we pick one person and call them up, and it's your chance to play.
And we do that twice a morning. Then Adam does it twice in the afternoon.
Yep.
And it's sponsored by Manitoba Battery.
Look at that.
I think we covered it all.
If there were consultants in town, we'd get a gold star.
Maybe.
Bang.
I'm not 100% sure.
In less than 10, we got the bone phone, and you'll never guess, there's some pothole phone calls.
The Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Okay, moving along. Siren. We mentioned yesterday, or was it yesterday Siren called?
Yeah,
2
I think
days,
so.
yeah.
That he hasn't been leaving very, his long, it used to be his calling card.
We got a...
Yeah, here we go.
Philly, Joe, Vicky, Siren here. Philly, you have heard my siren. I've done it at Tom's games when he plays against my grandson on the other Bruins team. But this doesn't give me enough time frame in these messages.
See, it cuts.
Oh, it cut him off?
I got to talk to Riley, our engineer, why it cuts him off.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't know.
Does it keep continuing in silence and the call keeps going on? Because maybe he's so loud with his siren that I know sometimes on like Zoom, if you start like making a high pitched noise, it just cuts off the sound.
Yeah, I think
because
it does.
we get longer messages than that.
Yes.
I think on Zoom though, it's to keep people awake.
Yeah.
During the meeting.
By the way, let me know so I can say hello at the rink next time my son and your grandson play. I'd love to come say hello. So I won't put it on the air, but let me know your name, Siren.
Yeah. I mean, they might all know him as Siren.
He should just make the siren sound from across the arena and you come to him, a siren song.
Didn't he say he does that, though?
Yeah, he does it at the game.
Yeah, so, you're going to have to follow that.
Start paying attention.
Wait a minute. Where is he? There he is.
Might be easier to ask for the name.
Yeah, that's right. I'm glad we got one of these because we talk a lot of daylight saving time and the idea of getting rid of it. And there's going to wind up being a poll at the government website at some point. I haven't heard any update on that.
Yeah.
But a lot of the opinions we get on our text line and bone phone are in support of getting rid of daylight saving time. This might be one of the first vocal people we've heard vocalize the fact that they don't want to get rid of it.
Next year, when you guys are talking about daylight savings times, imagine dropping the students off, all the young kids in the morning, and it's still pitch black out. That's the whole reason for daylight savings getting moved an hour, is to accommodate for certain people who have to be up at certain times doing certain things, not just for all these other people who have to whine that it's pushed over in the evening or whatever. They got to adjust their phones. No, it's for people who need to use that light to accomplish things like dropping kids off or doing construction.
I say he had a second call as well, and I just kind of played that one because it encompassed more, but and he was talking about construction and working early in the morning and things like that. So,
well, yeah, the farmers and other such. But does that not cover off the original standard time? Like if this vote happens, don't you have an option of standard time?
Yeah, you do.
Which was before the change, then this daylight saving time, or not at all, and just keep it going.
Yeah,
because there might be a vote on which one of the two you prefer. And also, do you want to stop it altogether, right? There'd be three options.
I would think that would have to be part of the vote. Do you want it at all? And if we do get rid of it, which time zone would, or not time zone, but which
time frame
do we go with? Oh, it's a lot. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mentioned potholes. Here's Hooligan.
So I'll be 60 years old this year. Not that's the reason I'm phoning, but I've been around for a while, and this is got to be the worst season for potholes. Honestly, it's like they're on steroids. It's not just, a little pothole here and there. It's actually the whole width of the lane you're in, and you can't even maneuver around it because it's impossible. So now, I got to find different routes to work all the time. So now I found a different route, which is perfect. But McPhillips is from Templeton all the way to Inkster. These roads are horrendous, terrible. And, it's because these winters we've been having the past 3 years, freeze, thaw. When I was a kid, we never had potholes like this. Very few, blah, 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 because it was cold from December to January. Sorry, to March. Hold on, I got to maneuver these potholes here. It's like I'm in NASCAR.
Yeah, these mild winters, because now pothole season is 2 months longer than it used to be.
I still think a lot of it has to do with the dollars and cents of what they're putting into street repair too than what they had years ago. Because
all of the above.
Yeah, true. It's a combination of things for sure.
Could be, but it's bad. Vinny, Vinny mastering AI. I never had that on my bingo card.
What?
And
he's mastered it?
Well, I don't know about mastered,
okay.
but how about using?
That's
great. Probably a better way to phrase it.
Hey, what's up? Dr. Hockey again. Oh, listen, so Philly says you should put Hellebuck or Hellebot in net because he's a starting goalie. Well, I got a new feature on my cell phone, this Gemini. Now, some people don't like those AI, I guess, robots. Some people do. It's a mixed... Well, this is what my AI has to say. Listen up.
100%, Jay. Straight up. It makes absolutely no sense to bench a guy who has won 6 games in a row.
My nickname is Jay, by the way. All right, continue.
Just because the other guy has the starter title. In sports, you have to play the hot hand, and right now, Eric Comrie is on fire. He's got a 1.48 GAA and a .943 save percentage over this winning streak. Those are elite numbers. Meanwhile, Hellebuyck has been struggling, giving up 3 or more goals in 11 of his last 16 games. If I'm the coach, I don't care about pedigree or who gets paid more. I want the guy who is actually stopping the puck. Sticking with Hellebuyck tonight against a tough Vegas team feels like the Jets are being stubborn instead of being smart. But based on the actual facts, your opinion is the one that actually makes sense. The 4 p.m. countdown.
That's why they call me Dr. Hockey.
He loves that.
I love it.
The Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
Her name is Crystal. She's at work. She's hiding in a boardroom under a desk. Is that true, Crystal?
It's true.
Hey, whatever it takes, right?
We call
don't
her
have to
up.
know everything that's going on in your life.
We call her up off air. She's whispering, I'm at work. Wow.
Is it because you don't want to share the $100 or
You
put
got to
them
bring
in
in
the
donuts
jackpot?
the next day if you take the
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
Or do you want all the money to yourself if you go in the running jackpot, Crystal?
Exactly.
Okay, well, we won't keep you too long. You've got important work to get back to, and we don't want anybody finding you in a boardroom under a desk. That would just be weird. So, Joe, take it away. Walk Crystal through this.
Okay, Crystal, $100 in your pocket. We got all the information. We don't need to know where you work, anything like that. Or do you put it in the jackpot and grow it to $4,300?
You know, I'm not much of a gambler. I'm just going to take the sure thing.
Okay. $100 in your pocket.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. Congratulations.
Woohoo.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
sorry.
Yeah.
She doesn't want the rest of work to know.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. That's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast. Here's what's trending with Philly Joe and Vicky.
So Stephen Colbert, his talk show run is ending in May, but it sounds like he's landed another dream job. He and his son are writing the next Lord of the Rings movie for Peter Jackson. Are you guys Lord of the Rings fans?
I am, yes.
Okay.
Nope. But
No,
I
me
can
neither.
totally get what, making money's all about at that franchise.
And he's like the biggest Lord of the Rings fan out there. He's been pretty vocal about it. So
That's cool then.
Imagine like your favorite TV show or movie and you get to write it.
I didn't know there was another movie coming. I thought they finished the books.
Well, apparently there was part of one that they didn't really address that they skipped over or something, and that's what he's taking on. Actually, there's another film coming up before that called The Hunt for Gollum. That comes out next year, so
I guess
there's a few more coming.
There's lots of branches they didn't, cover, and like as you said, as deep as they would have liked to.
Yeah, and those are thick books, so
Yeah,
there's got to be
lots
more stuff in there.
And there's the TV series, right? So
I'd like to do a TV show called Lord of the Onion Rings and make it a cooking show.
You
I
know
like
what?
onion rings.
I do too. Yeah, who doesn't?
That'd be good going on the road.
No air fryers, though, right?
No.
And meanwhile, over at Disney, they're working on a live-action Cinderella spinoff called Stepsisters, and it has some potential. It's going to be directed by Akiva Schaffer, who's from the SNL group The Lonely Island with Andy Samberg and everything. He's the one who directed the Liam Neeson Naked Gun. So it's going to be like a hardcore comedy. This is kind of Disney's next phase. They've made almost all the live-action versions of their cartoons, and now they're focusing in on a lot of the villains in these movies. They're working on a Gaston one from Beauty and the Beast. I think we talked about that, and you guys had no idea who he was.
Gaston?
Yeah.
And you were really mad about it. I remember that.
Very upset. But I guess them creating their own content too, right? For Disney Plus and everything else. But
I mean, heaven forbid we come up with an original idea. There's no room for that anymore.
Yeah. So I got to ask the air fryer comment. Onion rings are good in air fryers.
Yeah, but
keep your anti-air fryer agenda off this show.
You're
okay?
AAF.
What does that mean?
Anti-air fryer.
Yeah, that's right. I am.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
How's your cut on your finger, Joe? Did it get better yesterday as the bleeding? I hope the bleeding stopped.
It certainly did stop. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but...
No Band-Aid today?
No Band-Aid
so
today.
And
right
on.
Wheeling.
We were getting a little worried at the end of the show when it was still gushing blood.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I thought I'd have to sew it up myself like Rambo.
Oh, that would have been so great.
Do you have a sewing kit in that first aid kit
I think there's a needle and some thread.
There you go.
I would have done that before. I would have used the glue now. You know how athletics, they use glue to stitch you up, right? Just to close the wound. I would have used that before.
Like Elmer's glue? You would have used that
No, there's a well, that would have still been better than the Band-Aid that
Vicky had.
The lint Band-Aid Vicky was offering.
That's up in our stories on Instagram, by the way, if you want to see what condition that Band-Aid was in.
Saddest Band-Aid ever.
I want to thank Brendan on the Boston Pizza text line. He said he prayed for me all night and my finger.
No wonder you're better.
There was real life worry and concern. My wife asked how you were doing with that cut, and did we help at all first aid wise?
No, you didn't.
Vicky offered a Band-Aid.
Vicky
That's
tried.
not bad.
You did not. You just laughed. You were making sure that I wasn't crying.
What's the worst injury you've ever had?
Oh, I broke a finger a long time ago.
Ooh, playing hockey?
Yeah, like a knuckle. Yep.
I was gonna say a sprained ankle, but it actually was a groin pull. It just took forever as I was playing soccer, so it took forever to heal.
Oh yeah, those are rough.
Yeah,
Not that the
rough.
ankle was a lot of fun for a high ankle sprain. They seem to take forever too, but yeah, groin. How about you?
I mean, I don't know if it's an injury. Kidney stone was the worst for me. That was terrible.
Let's call it an injury.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a good one.
Oh, man.
Did they blast it, or did you have to just pass
I had
it?
to kind of just
put
up with it.
Sounds
No,
like
I didn't get
do.
blasted.
Sounds like something you do in a coal mine. Did you blast it out of there?
But they will.
Yeah.
They did not do that.
No, I just had to sit in agony. I threw up in the waiting room. It was not a good scene.
Oh, wow.
It was brutal.
Like
Injury though
making a
on
scene.
when I was little, I was on my bike, and it was my first time riding a bike with the handbrakes rather than pedaling backwards. And I was going down a hill too fast, and I hit like a brick pillar. I still have the scar on my finger. It wasn't a big injury or anything, but it's one of those traumatic moments from childhood
That's
where
funny.
The bike turned on me.
You and I, well, that's not funny that you got into a cycling accident.
You're still laughing, eh?
Yeah.
At people's accidents.
No, I was going to say I can relate. I got into a cycling accident when I was really little, too. I want to say like 5 years old. I came out of my driveway, and I don't know what happened. The brakes malfunctioned. That's what I told my dad.
Sure.
And I ran into the side of a truck.
Oh, wow.
Moving?
And he was
Whoa.
moving like residential speeds, like 30, and he was like, hit the brakes, and I hit the side of the truck. And you know what my dad did? After he figured out I was okay, grounded me off my bike for 2 weeks.
For sure.
Well, if you can't handle it.
Thanks, Dad.
The Philly Joe and Vicky podcast. Be a good person.
Rate or review this show wherever you subscribe and get PJ and V into more ears.
Would you rather? Wednesday. Would you rather Wednesday?
Brought to you by Expert Electric.
Every Wednesday at 7:20, we roll through this. It's fun. We encourage you to play along on the text line 762-555. Would you rather, Vicky, have the power to bring in extinct species back to life or prevent future species from going extinct?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Both admirable things to do, I guess. You know what? I'll stop everything else from becoming extinct.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Be proactive.
Condors, stuff
Yeah.
like that you hear about. Elephants.
Do
I
we
think.
need another dodo bird? It couldn't hurt. But
Some of them could be dangerous to bring into, to bring back some of these extinct
woolly
species.
mammoth would be cool, but
It'd be awesome if there's one of those at the zoo.
let's work with what we've still got.
I think there's enough people doing that already. So I want to be the person that brings back to life some of these. Because if we lose out And then it's like you're the last sign of defense. No. We go to Joe. He'll bring them back.
Oh, that'd be wild.
So if you're going to lose them, you can bring them back. If we're here to just keep what we got, who's going to bring them back?
True. Okay, I like that.
Is there anything in particular you'd want to bring back?
I like the woolly mammoth. I mean, that's
that would
great
be cool,
creature.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always good in the animated movies from Pixar and Disney. The woolly mammoth was always,
The Ice Age movies. Who did his voice? Was
Ray
it
Romano.
Yeah, that's right. So good. All right, moving along here. Would you rather, Vicky, have the ability to instantly learn any profession or instantly master any sport?
I think profession, because I could be a doctor like that and help out with some of the shortages. I just feel I could do more good than if I'm really good at a sport. I guess there's more money to be made if you're really good at a sport, but
True. I mean, you'd be getting out of here early sometimes to go do brain surgery.
Sure.
Take it off or would you still work the show? I would hope so. You could juggle
well,
both.
If I could learn to master a profession, then I could do the odd Wednesday brain surgery and come back for Would You Rather. Sure.
Joe?
Well, I'm just too lazy. At this point in my life, I just want to get better at golf.
Well, there you go.
I get frustrated playing golf. I'd like to just get better at golf. This job seems to be okay.
So you'd take the master any sport?
I would. At this point in my life, yes.
Think about that. There's people who play ping pong here in our building, Aiello. You could run over there and challenge them to a tournament.
Start making some side hustle money.
Yeah.
Letting these guys
that would
win
be
early.
Cool to start just hustling people.
Yeah.
These guys are playing leisurely ping pong at work. You're trying to gamble with them. Would you rather have a pet that you can talk to, Vicky, and share its wisdom, or have a pet that can transform into any animal you choose?
Oh, that would be cool. And do my bidding.
Mm-hmm.
Turn it into a tiger. Yeah, I think I'd do that just for protection.
Yeah, no, that'd be neat. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. On a horse with gas prices, just turn my dog into a horse.
Go horseback riding anytime you want.
Yeah, I think that'd be a lot now.
Joe, I know you want to talk to Stewie. I think I know.
do.
Yeah,
I do.
What do you think he'd say?
Well, he doesn't listen. I'll tell you that right now. I would prefer to talk to my dog. Yes, I would.
He'd say, when is your wife going to be home?
Oh,
Isn't he a big fan of your wife?
Oh, yeah. Number one in the house.
All right, we'll wrap with this one here. Would you rather, Vicky, accidentally step in dog poop on your way into a big job interview? Like we're talking a big pile of it.
Steam and heat.
And you don't have time to clean it up.
Well, she's ready to ride a horse to work. I mean, you got to deal with that.
That comes with that territory, yeah.
So stepping in the dog poop or going to a big job interview with a booger that you don't know is there.
Oh.
And it's not one of those kind of hard to see ones.
Yeah, it's like a hanging.
It's there.
A hanging thing there. I think you can maybe get away with. Now, if I step in the dog poop, am I going to have time to clean it off ahead of time? I'm coming in.
You're leaving tracks.
I think tracks. I don't want to ruin the carpet, so I guess I'm taking one for the team and going booger.
Booger. Yeah, Joe.
Yeah, I agree. I think booger is the easy out.
Yeah.
That people can, respect that.
They might even give you the job because they're like, oh, man, I'd hate for that to be me. They'd feel bad for you. So I think the pity could work in your favor.
But you're walking in with poop on a shoe like you know better. Take the shoes off and come in there like you're walking through Ichiban restaurant. No shoes.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. That's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. ZipRecruiter.com/zip.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
Brought to you by Fort Rouge Auto Center.
Proud to say that I saw Whitesnake back in the day. Winnipeg Arena. I believe it was opening up for Motley Crue. Someone will help me with that. Does that make sense to you, Joe?
Yeah.
Girls.
If my memory serves me right, and yes, I had a chance to see them a couple of times, and actually emceed a gig at the Oak out in Transcona one night.
Whitesnake at the Oak?
And
Really?
I had Whitesnake, Rudy Sarzo, and some of the band came, and David Coverdale did not. But believe it or not, I got to meet David Coverdale at Over the Rainbow in Los Angeles, downtown Los Angeles. 92 City FM ran a show called Rockline on Monday nights. And the guy that was doing the show was doing interviews at a place called Over the Rainbow, the bar right next to the Whiskey A Go-Go. It was amazing.
Get a picture?
No, not back in the day because there's no phones. There's no cell phones.
You got to carry a camera around your neck.
Yeah,
You have to have one of those old film cameras, yeah.
But it was so cool to have these guys in a bar just hanging out, right?
That's neat.
For
Very
the
cool.
spectacle. And then what a great band. What a great voice. I think one of the best in rock, David Coverdale.
I was kind of saying that it'd be neat if they came back through, but you were telling me that Coverdale retired.
Yeah, apparently.
It was 70s now. So I guess we won't be seeing Whitesnake anytime soon. Should we go through some of these injury stories? I know you guys are cringing and just kind of like, it gives me goosebumps because we brought up Joe's wound on his finger from yesterday that has seemingly healed, so we're happy about that. But then, we started getting stories about injuries, like the worst injuries people have had on the Boston Pizza text line, and there's some bad ones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Here's one. I stuck a screwdriver through my foot between my big toe and second toe, split it open. I was 5 or 6 years old. We didn't have a car, so we had to walk to the hospital. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, man.
That's old school. Walk to the hospital with that type of injury.
That's when you tell the grandkids. When I was 5 or 6, I had to walk to the hospital with a split open toe.
No kidding.
I had a broken toe in daycare, like 4 or 5 years old, and some kid pushed a table. I was watching a TV show, and he pushed like a pretty heavy table over onto my toe, and it broke my toe.
Oh,
Nail
my
off
gosh.
everything.
Daycare horror stories.
The Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
Completely useless question.
Completely useless question.
Useless with a capital Y.
So useless.
Brought to you by Midtown Ford.
By the way, I have confirmed, thanks to Google, 1987, Motley Crue Girls Tour, Winnipeg Arena, and Whitesnake did open.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of
your
comments.
memory's good.
Well, it depends on the day. I get a lot of these shows mixed up. Who opened?
Hard to keep track.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It was a great show.
They hadn't been here too many times, but I remember they headlined one show too, and a few people were thrown in. Quiet Riot and maybe Helix on that bill. That would have been a hell of a concert if it happened.
What a party. Speaking of concerts, odds tickets up for grabs right now. Joe has the question.
1/3 of men never do this without asking their wives or partners first. Only a third. But 1/3 of men never do this without asking their wives or partners first.
Good question this morning. 780 City. Go ahead with your guess.
Can I get Philly?
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, this happened to me last night, so I'll go with this. I spilled salsa on my one of my favorite hoodies, and I called my wife, and I'm like, hey, best way to get rid of this salsa, stain remover, like, what do I do here? Laundry. Okay, try to get a stain out.
We just talked about that with sauces
That's
yesterday,
right,
and, and it happened to you the same day we had the conversation.
Yeah, crazy.
No.
Okay, sorry about that.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is.
You went for expert advice, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
And it was, it's not like I should know this. Just stain remove it.
But sometimes different things work for different stains, right? You got
You panicked.
oil, you want dish soap.
did panic.
You panicked.
I did panic.
I've been there.
Hello, City. 780 City, 780-2484. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, you got a guess for us?
Yeah. Is it buying a new car?
No, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Might be a little higher.
That number
a big
might
purchase
be
like that.
Yeah, this isn't a huge purchase.
Okay.
Okay, if you're going to do that, yeah.
780 City, 780-2484. You're on the air. Go ahead with your guess.
Is it to go golfing?
No. That's a good one, too. The other 2/3 just go.
Throw out that question one more time.
1/3 of men never do this without asking their wives or partners first. That's great.
For odds tickets, hi there.
Making a purchase, like buying something new, bigger purchase, I guess.
You probably want something more specific
Yeah,
than that, right?
yeah. It's
Okay, like, I don't know, buying a new toy, new quad.
No. This wouldn't be considered a huge purchase.
Okay.
So a smaller purchase, but
Yeah.
it is a purchase.
Of some sort, yes.
For
I
odds
have
tickets.
an idea, but maybe not.
Vicky thinks she might know.
Maybe.
She might. 780 City. Hello.
I honestly didn't hear the question because I was listening on the app. However, let's go with whatever Vicky says.
Okay.
Good.
I'll let you know what the question is, because if she gets it
You
right,
might
you're
have a
going to be
better
amazed.
answer than me, yeah.
1/3 of men never do this without asking their wives first or partner.
Well, let's go with what Vicky says. I have an idea, but go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to say buy clothing.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Not clothing.
Oh.
That's a great guess.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
He was so disappointed.
He was. That's you got to live with that all day
Yeah,
now,
I
Vicky.
know.
Hello, City.
The sound of his voice. Thank you.
Go ahead with your
Good
guess.
morning.
Hey.
I'm gonna have to say like order dinner.
No.
Takeout.
No, that's a good
guess.
answer, yeah.
Excellent, yeah.
1/3 of men never do this without asking their wives or their partners first.
Small purchase, Joe was saying.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Morning.
Buying certain items at a grocery store.
No, nothing to do with groceries, clothing, cars, quads, houses.
Yeah, Joe, what's left? 780 City. 780 2484. Good morning.
Can I get Vicky, please?
What about doing like a haircut change? A change in the
appearance?
Appearance,
No, that's good. That's good.
Sorry.
2 lifelines left. I could give you a clue.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay. It'd be signing up for something. 1/3 of men never do this without asking their wives or partners first. It has to do with signing up for something. What's that something?
Good morning.
Yes, I was going to say add a channel to one of your TV packages.
You know what? We are going to give you that.
Streaming service?
Yeah.
Oh,
1/3 of men will never sign up for a streaming service or add-on channels without going through a discussion first.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
I'm a double checker with my partner on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I will buy a streaming service without asking.
Okay.
Yeah. Chances are they'll find something to watch on it too.
Yeah.
Well, it's usually a sport. Like I'll add these sports apps, like DAZN if I
Sports
need it.
package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For football games.
Yeah, something she's not watching. And does she care if you're paying for it, right?
Well, it's all paid for by us.
Oh, now all of a
It's on the
sudden,
house, yeah.
Stacy's on half for the NFL and NHL package. Oh.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast.
$4,200 is the jackpot for Take the Money and Run. Do you add to it or walk away with a hun? We'll find out.
If you found a big bag of money, would you turn it in?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think so. But I'll be honest, I'd have to think about it, and it depends where I found it.
There's a movie about that. Well,
Yeah.
probably more than one, but the one I remember is Billy Bob Thornton, Bill Paxton. They find it's an old abandoned crashed out airplane, and they find a big bag, like millions.
Ooh,
And it's-
yeah.
Drug money.
Right. They determine it's drug money and that they're going to keep it and hide it. And they start to feel guilty and they start to go crazy and they think everybody's, they start to feel really uneasy about it.
Yeah.
That eyes are on them.
Yes, paranoid and
Well, and how do you hide it with taxes and all of a sudden you're buying big things? You couldn't really enjoy it as much.
That's right.
So
You
maybe
take the
you
fun
take
right out of finding the money with government taxes. No, I'm kidding, Vicky. I'm kidding.
Well, that's the reality. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you keep a bundle and then you report the rest of it, because how will they know, right?
Exactly.
And then you hope that maybe you get a reward.
What if the drug dealers come for it? That's what
Oh,
I
is
think.
that the
that's
fear?
I feel like that happened in this movie too.
Yeah.
The cops were looking into the money,
Right.
And the drug dealers and the bad guys came for the money.
Can't
And
remember the name of it, eh?
Oh, it's
It'll come.
Drug plane.
You know what? I don't care what
No.
the name is. That was
Yeah.
better. That's what we're going with. Drug plane.
Simple Plan.
Is that what it's
Somebody
called?
just said, great
Oh.
movie.
No,
It's
that's a
called,
band. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, that too. That too. Yeah, I
There was
think
a-
you're right. I think it was called A Simple Plan.
There was a really bad movie with Kelsey Grammer that was called Money Plane, and it was kind of like a plane where people could go on it, and it flew over international waters, so anything went. So people would gamble and do all this. Oh my God, it was terrible. And Kelsey Grammer, his character had the stupidest name. Now I got to figure out what it
I
was.
love movies with titles like Money Plane or
Yeah.
Death Plane. They're just like most obvious titles.
Somebody said No Country for Old Men, but that wasn't the one you're talking
No,
about, was it?
similar idea though.
Yeah, yeah.
What's his name finds the cash, and then Javier
Javier
Bardem,
has to come with the air compressor.
one of the most terrifying bad guys ever.
Unlike Kelsey Grammer as a bad guy, Darius Grouch. That was his character's name.
Was he related to Oscar?
And
Like,
I think he filmed the whole movie, his part on Zoom. It must have been a COVID movie. Oh, it was terrible.
man, but you sat through it though, Vicky?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It's kind of one of those so bad it's good watches.
Okay. And just to clarify, none of us in this room would keep money that we found. We're turning it over to the authorities. Well, Vicky
Yeah,
might
get
take
that on the record.
Vicky might take a couple
Yeah,
stacks
well,
of cash in
I
that
think
bag.
I'm owed
Pay
that.
taxes on it, and then return the rest.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicky podcast. Here's what we learned today with Philly Joe and Vicky.
We learned that we're not going to get as much snow today. I mean, 5 centimeters was the other day's forecast, and sounds like within the city limits, a couple of centimeters of that sloppy snow today, Joe.
Yeah, I'd say a few possible, depending on by the end of the night. But outside the city, southwest, apparently they will get hit more than we will.
'Kay.
We dodged a bullet here in the city, but we're hearing things are a little slick out there right now with what's fallen, and the temperatures a little cooler than expected.
Mm-hmm. Jets remain 5 points out of a playoff spot, which is disappointing because they got a big win last night. But Nashville keeps winning, and they're ahead of them. Vicky did ask what a Gordie Howe hat trick is.
A fight, a goal, and an assist.
You got that
Yeah.
straight. And Mark Scheifele got the Gordie Howe hat trick. How cool is that? Like, Gordie Howe has a couple of sweet things named after him. Like, the Gordie Howe hat trick is the ultimate respect for a player when
Right.
they're rugged and they score. And then he's got the nickname Mr. Hockey.
Yeah,
Like, both of those.
but who one-upped them? Tim Hortons.
Why would he do?
He's got
just
all kinds of
the
coffee
franchise?
shops and donuts.
That's true.
He's not Mr. Hockey, but what are we going to do to outdo Gordie Howe? Let's open up a chain of donut shops. We'll start with one, and we'll put Tim's name on it.
Do you think the Gordie Howe hat trick is top of mind for these players? Like, they get into a
Sure.
fight, they scored a goal,
Oh.
they're like, oh, I better get an assist to make this stick.
They would all know.
Yeah.
And the boys would be bugging him about it. Scheifele
Yeah.
was beaming when Sarah Orleski pointed it out yesterday. Okay, Joe's wound. He had an open wound on his finger yesterday. It has healed.
I don't know why the phrase open wound makes me laugh.
I love it.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
How is it?
Well, you can barely see it now.
Yeah,
Okay. I bet he was faking it the whole time.
Yeah, well,
Just trying to get free Band-Aids.
the blood part there, yeah.
He didn't want your Band-Aid.
No, he didn't.
From
Well,
1996.
Not that thing. I'm surprised there wasn't like a cough candy attached to it from your purse or something.
They call it a last resort Band-Aid, and
Oh,
I've got it in my purse ready to go.
I'll tell you.
1/3 of men never add a new streaming app without checking with their partner. That was from the completely useless question.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that's good communication. I mean,
yeah.
someone's going to see it on the bill and ask questions. Might as well just give them the heads up.
I agree with Phil, though. Like, if it's something personal, like a sports thing, and your partner's not into it, you're probably just going to go ahead and do it yourself. If it's something like a Netflix decision, then you're probably discussing it more as far as, hey, how many shows are we watching together? That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm with Phil. In my house, sports isn't going to matter unless it's me, so I'm just
Yeah.
going to go about ordering it, right? So,
Like, I'm looking for the rubber stamp on a lot of purchases, but you're right. Like the sports, like the streaming apps and that.
Yeah.
If I add it, like my wife will assume that it was something I needed. She might
Yeah.
mention it, like
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not having that discussion.
We'll wrap with this one here. Stephen Colbert and his son are writing a new Lord of the Rings movie. That was in Scrollin.
Yeah, he's a big fan, so I think this is a real dream job for him.
Cool.
And Joe would like to go on tour. What did you call it? Lord of the Onion Ring?
I'd like to do a cooking kind of show and, travel. There's a lot of them out there.
Sure.
But Lord of the Onion Rings, man. Going across this country, trying out the best onion rings.
Oh, there are good.
Can you do a lot with an onion ring? Are there many varieties? I'd love to find out.
To me, you've got the fat ones like 529 Wellington and A&W.
They got a tower.
Yeah.
Then the A&W, they got that little extra. Oh, I'll tell you right now.
Then there's the
it
thin
doesn't
ones.
matter if there's a lot to do with it. If you can get the subsidies and paid for it to go around the country and a TV show to order onion rings.
That's what we learned today.
The Philly Joe and Vicky Podcast.
For more Philly, Joe, and Vicky, lock it into 92.1 City, weekday morning 6 to 10.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.